Alright, so I'm here with your Survivor Series 2014 review, and I thought this was a pretty good show, so let's just get right into the review and I will elaborate why I thought this was a good show. So we've got the Authority coming out and Cena to cut a promo, and Vince McMahon pre-show, or not pre-show, but before all the matches got started. Oh, let me get into the pre-show real quick. We had, I guess, Fandango coming out, as a new guy. He's like, oh, it's going to be a new Fandango. Well, good, the dancing gimmick fucking sucks. No, he just comes out with a new fucking theme. What the fuck is up with that? Let's get this dancing gimmick off of him and give him a real fucking gimmick, because dancing gimmicks never work. And then we also got Cesaro jobbing out again to Jack Swagger. I mean, this is ridiculous. Cesaro is just losing every fucking match he's in, pretty much. And it's sad when you got a guy like Cesaro who's got so much talent, but they just bury him every chance they get, pretty much. So we got the Authority coming out, cutting a promo here with Cena and McMahon. I thought it was alright, I guess. I mean, nothing really special here. They're like, oh, if the Authority loses now, they're like, oh, we'll just be in the headquarters running things. The only difference is we won't be on Raw. And Vince is like, no, it's not going to happen. I mean, that's what I thought it was, though, already. I thought that was already knowledge I knew, and then they're like, oh, Cena's the only guy who's got the power to give power back to the Authority. Now, why would they do that? I mean, why wouldn't Vince have that power in his own hands? Why would he give it to somebody else? So, I mean, it just doesn't really make any sense too much to me. And if they wanted to tell us this, why wouldn't they just do this on Raw? I mean, no need to do it on the pay-per-view. They should have just said this on Raw. So, but I guess, I mean, it was okay, I guess. I mean, nothing really too special here. Then we get Miz and Sandow defeating the Matadors, Goldust and Stardust, and the Usos. A very good match here. I thought this was a very quality, very good match. 3.75 out of 5 stars. There was a lot of good moves from the, jumping from the top rope there. A lot of unique moves. I thought a lot of cool moves. And I was very happy that Miz and Sandow both picked up the victory. Or not both, but as a team picked up the victory and won. WWE has actually listened to us and given us, or giving the belts to the guys who were actually cheering for and liking, for once, for a change. Yeah, I get that. You're actually listening to your fans. Something that all successful companies are supposed to do, listen to what their fans want. So anyway, I'm happy they won. I'm happy because it was also a very good match. So I'm a happy man. Then we get the Divas faces defeating the Diva heels. And just a boring fucking match. Sloppy. There was a few good moves in there, but a lot of fucking just sloppy wrestling and botches. So that really took away from the quality of the match. I'll give it 1 out of 5 stars. And one other thing, I didn't fucking care. That's what I say about every Divas match pretty much. I don't care. And they made it a 4-0 sweep. It's like, why wouldn't they at least make it close to give it some excitement? But no, we're just going to give it a 4-0 lead. Or 4-0 win. They got like Summer Rae fucking just acting like a pussy. She's about to get, the wrestling, and she's like, ah, don't hit me, like a fucking pussy. Like, man up, or woman up, whatever the fuck you want to say, and become a tough person. I mean, isn't that what you're supposed to be? You're in the major leagues, WWE, and you're fucking acting like a pussy. It's like, grow the fuck up. I mean, every heel, it seems like, acts like a fucking pussy. Can we get some tough heels in this company, and instead of people who are just like, ah, don't hit me, don't hit me? It's fucking ridiculous. I mean, you could still do heel moves and cheating moves, but don't act like a pussy all the time. So that I gave 1 out of 5 stars. Then we get Ambrose and Wyatt ending in a disqualification. I had a problem with this match because there was no really good wrestling in this match, I didn't think. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but I was expecting a lot more from these two guys. And also, I mean, it just seemed like they were just using this to build up to the TLC match. I mean, they still could have had a good match now, but I mean, and after the match, you got Wyatt going through a table, which was a good spot and all. But then after that, Ambrose just starts throwing shit on top of Wyatt, and then that's it. I mean, they spent like 4 or 5 minutes, it seemed, 3 to 5 minutes, I don't know, somewhere probably in between there, of Ambrose just throwing shit on top of Wyatt, and then that's it. It's like, well, aren't you gonna do something? I mean, you're supposed to be a lunatic, and that's all he does is throw a bunch of shit on top of Wyatt and leave. I know they're trying to build up to the TLC match, but maybe we could get some more hardcore moves to build up to the TLC match than this. I mean, I think that you should really build up the matches by by doing it on Raw and SmackDown as opposed to doing it on a pay-per-view. So, I mean, I was just expecting more out of this match, more excitement, and it didn't really deliver for me. So, yeah, 2 out of 5 stars there. Then we get the Bunny and Adam Rose defeating Slater Gator. You know, a few months ago, Slater was beating guys like Seth Rollins. I believe he took the pinfall in this match, and he got fucking rolled up by a motherfucking bunny. I mean, it's sad when they put like somebody over. Like, remember they put Kofi Kingston over Orton earlier this year? They didn't do anything with it. Like, why? Like, if you're gonna make a guy beat a jobber or a lower guy in the card beat a higher guy in the card, then do something with it. Don't waste it. So I mean, just no sense here. Just bullshit. Nothing I care about. The bunny wins. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a shit? Not me. You know, they should have just did it just right there. You know, like Adam Rose should have just beat up the bunny, just fucking killed him. But instead they're dragging it out, and I don't get it. It's just stupid. Just have him turn heel, and break away or something from the bunny. I mean, it seems like they're just dragging this out, and it's pretty boring. Then we get Roman Reigns cutting a promo, and if you know anything about me, I don't think Roman Reigns is that good. So I didn't really care too much for this promo. I think he said I'm going to be back in a month or something like that. Like, great, you know, we only got a month left of Roman free television. We better cherish it. Because WWE is not that good right now. Just imagine how shitty it's going to be when Roman Reigns comes back. So, not too happy learning that news that Roman Reigns is probably going to be back pretty soon. Then we get Nikki defeating AJ Lee. I was hoping for more wrestling during this match. I mean, they had the kiss there, which, I mean, I thought it was pretty good. You know, a lesbian kiss. I mean, that's not something you're going to see every day on a PG show. So I thought that was a pretty good move. I think they should have had some more wrestling in there. But I'm still going to give it 2.75 out of 5 stars because I did not expect that at all. It was kind of a total curveball. But Nikki wins, new title change or whatever. Pretty good way to, ending to the match. I mean, it wasn't really an ending because the match was only like 2 seconds long, but still. I thought it was a pretty good little thing there with the kiss. So yeah, 2.75 out of 5 stars. And then we get the main event, and wow, what a fucking awesome main event this was. You got Team Cena beating Team Authority. Just fucking awesome, really. And, you know, people always say, oh, you never say anything good about the product. It's totally not true. I mean, this match was fucking awesome, fucking great. I mean, it had me locked into my television or iPad where I was watching it on, and it was just fucking great. People are like, oh, you always rant, you never say anything. That's totally not fucking true. There are many instances when I say, this was great, this is good. Just watch my videos. I'm a genuine person. Just look at me. When I'm talking, you could tell I'm a genuine person. I'm not lying about what I think about the product for views or anything like that. If you watch my videos, you know I'm not a troll. I don't go trolling around other people's videos. I just say what I think. And I thought this match was fucking great. I mean, you had Big Show turning heel or whatever. I mean, again, it felt like No Way Out 2012 when he turned on John Cena. Same guy too. I mean, that was fucking weird. You know, Big Show turns on John Cena again. He just did it like 2 years ago. He turns heel. I mean, it's how many times is Big Show heel face heel? It seems like he's going back every fucking like month or a few months. I mean, it's fucking not every few months, but I mean, like, he's just going back and forth. It seems like as heel and face. And why is he the guy in the spotlight? I mean, can it be a younger guy or? You know, why wouldn't they put Sheamus as the guy who turns heel? That would have been so much fucking better. I know he wasn't in the match, but they could have put him in there and had him turn heel. But I guess he got that injury or whatever. I heard he got surgery, so I guess that's a legitimate excuse. But they could have put somebody else in there, and made him turn heel. But still, a good match all in all. You also had, then it was down to the 3-on-1 there. Oh, let me mention this too. Also, a good table spot there with Rusev just does a face plant right there on the thing. I thought that was was it Henry or I think it was Rusev. Did the table spot there. And it comes down to 3-on-1 with Ziggler versus the 3 men of the Authority, and Ziggler, is fighting out of it. Triple H is trying to do everything he can to win. You're on the edge of your seat. There's so much shit going on, Armstrong comes out. All the shit's happening. You're really wanting Ziggler to win and shit. They actually got you into the match, into the storyline. And then Sting comes out. It's fucking awesome and very cool to see Sting back. Now, this probably would have been better for somebody who watched during, WCW, but I didn't watch then, so I mean, it probably wasn't as epic. I still thought it was a very cool moment. Sting comes out and shit, does his finisher on Triple H, saves the match for Team Cena. Ziggler looks like looks fucking awesome. Hopefully they use this to push Ziggler. I was just talking on Twitter with some people. I tweeted out, WWE, it's time to push Ziggler, and everybody's like, that's what it was. It was a fucking push. You're gonna push him now. Have you guys watched WWE in the past 2 years? He was Money in the Bank, World Heavyweight Champion, Sole Survivor in 2012, and he became a jobber after all those things. So I'm just saying, yeah, it looks like they're gonna push him at least a little bit more, but don't be surprised if he becomes a fucking jobber again, people. All right, that's all I'm saying. He might become a top guy. He might become a jobber. So don't be surprised if in 2 or 3 months he's a fucking jobber again. Because it seemed like they were going to push him when they gave him the World Heavyweight Championship. No, then he just became a fucking jobber. So, but just a very good show. And Ziggler looks, on the top of the world. And again, now you're even anticipating what's I was thinking what's going to happen on Raw tomorrow. See, that's what they got me into the show, and thank you God that the Authority is off of TV. This is great. This is a step in the right direction for WWE. And you got TLC coming up, which is usually a good pay-per-view. You got a lot of extreme moments there. Then you got the Rumble. Then I'm optimistic for the next few months of WWE. I mean, you got Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose lined up for TLC. You got the Authority out. I mean, what's gonna happen? So they got you thinking. I'm anticipating. I'm actually getting into it. So I think WWE is gonna get better. It's hard for it to get worse in the next few months. And the Authority fucking sucked, I thought, in their run. In their year-plus run, just fucking boring for the most part. A lot of their storylines are just illogical, and I'm very satisfied with the ending of the paper. What a great fucking ending. I'm going to give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. The reason I'm not giving it 5 stars is because I thought the wrestling could have been a little bit better. I thought the wrestling was not, I thought the wrestling had to be a little bit better to give this a 5-star match. But, I'll give it 4.5. I'll give it 4.75. I just don't want to give it 5 stars because 5 stars is something that's just like totally perfect almost. But I'll give it 4.75 out of 5 stars just because it was just so great. The Authority loses. Ziggler looks awesome. Big Show turning heel was also an unexpected moment. It wasn't a great moment. I wouldn't say it was a great moment, but it was still, I thought, a pretty good moment. I mean, and then Sting coming back was also a great moment too. I mean, just a lot of great things happening in this match. Great outcome. And overall, I thought the show was a good pay-per-view. I'll give it out of 10 stars. I'll give it 7 out of 10 stars. I mean, a few shitty things on here, but I thought overall it was a good pay-per-view, especially the ending. The ending made the show for me, so I'll give it 7. Yeah, I'll give it 7.5 out of 10 stars. So there you go, people. I don't really think of a lot of these ratings. Like usually the last main event, the last show, the last match of the night. I don't usually write down a rating. I just think of one. And the overall show rating, again, I just come up with it during the video. I don't take a lot of notes on videos or anything like that. So 7.5 out of 10 stars. A pretty good show tonight. Pretty enjoyable show. So I'm really anticipating what's going to happen. They actually got me a little bit into the product after this pay-per-view, which is a good thing. It looks like WWE is improving. I'm optimistic for the future. For the TLC, Royal Rumble, and WrestleMania. And Elimination Chamber is usually a good pay-per-view too because they got the Elimination Chamber. It's big, complex, pretty entertaining match there. So I'm optimistic for the future, people. I don't say anything good about the company. So here you go, people. 7.5 out of 10 stars for Survivor Series. So there you go.